sit back, relax, and enjoy number 4.
What it do, folks, and thanks so much for tuning in to this week's edition of Umbrella Sports Television. So, if you're tuning in for the first time, please do like and subscribe at the bottom of this video. But otherwise, as always, we got some cool, some dope, some fire content lined up for you. As always, we try to keep things fresh around here, like yours truly. But yeah, so this week we got some football lined up for all our football lovers. As always, my homies have been complaining for the longest time, asking me when you're gonna talk about football, dog. You're acting brand new now that you got a YouTube channel, We always talk about football, what's happening to the football. So this week, I got you guys. This whole episode actually is dedicated to football, but we're gonna make it interesting, obviously, because I know a lot of people say that they don't like football. As soon as they hear football, they change the channel. But nah, we're going to keep things interesting for everybody that is watching this right now. So first and foremost, my brother's going to continue what he was talking about last week, which is the topic that is women's football. He's going to continue to educate all of us on everything that is happening in that field. And we're also going to look at some of the stuff that has been happening in football now that Corona has stopped everything. We're going to look at other aspects. Obviously, we're not going to talk about Corona because, like you guys, I'm tired of hearing about Corona, unless it's the beer, But nah, I'm playing. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But yeah, last but not least, we're going to sprinkle something different at the end and in between all of that. Actually, we're going to put in some different to make things interesting. So yeah, please keep tuned and keep it locked. So keeping you guys up to date with what's been happening in the week. So yeah, since we are doing nothing and we are in lockdown, Supersport is running a cool thing where that you can request your favorite sports moments. So you go on Twitter and you say #SSRelive, and you basically say what you want. So for example, you say, I want Bolt's historic world record break in 2012, and you say #SSRelive, or Aguero's amazing goal against, his last gasp goal against QPR to win the title, and then you say SS Relives, and then you'll find it on channel 201 on Supersport. The next story I have for you is the ladies football team. The USA women's football team lost their bid to be able to get equal pay with the men's team. So in the past, men have been getting paid more than females in the sport, so they took the trial to the court, and yeah, unfortunately they lost. The judge said that they accumulated more bonuses, and it would be unfair to match the same amount of pay with the men.
You don't know nothing, man. You know what you are? EP, aka enemy of progress.
And so I find that to be nonsense, because it's the right thing. Why should men get paid more than females? The UFC 249 went on, even though we in the midst of coronavirus. They still continued, and there was a lot of drama. So we had the likes of the UFC legend Henry Cejudo retiring after winning against Dominic Cruz. We also had Tony Ferguson having an eye socket broken, by Justin. Yeah, that's his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it was a very, very hectic fight. It looked like both of them were in a bloodbath. But my favorite fight from this weekend was Francis Ngannou of Cameroon. Shout out. He knocked out Jairzinho Rosenstrike in about 39 seconds or something like that. Yeah, and that knockout was crazy, man. Like, he got him with one punch and it was over. Please just watch this.
Spirit Ngannou is in black, Rosenstrike is in gray. Early inside leg kick is there for Biggie Boy. Oh! Oh!
It's over.
Rosenstrike is out!
Whoa!
Ngannou!
Out bad!
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I would not want to fight with that man.
Coming up on our first ever quiz, host goes up against intern. 10 questions, 10 answers, 1 winner. Catch us soon on our next episode here on
Umbrella Sports TV.
Well, what does the shirt say? And that's all I have to say.
What can I say, man? It's another W. Walk in the park.
The rumor cooked up in the news. Then the Fumanuba is no good. Read between the lines and get with the times. Jonga Israel transmitter.
So yes, you heard it.
my
You
God.
heard right. This is the first ever segment that is Transfer Talk, and we're excited to bring it to you guys. This is where we're going to talk about every transfer situation that's happening in football, whether it's local or overseas. We will talk about it, and yeah, whether it's happening, whether it's not happening, or whether it's bogus, we will also talk about it. So some of the stuff we're going to talk about, we're going to give it a rating of if it's true, or if it's in the works, or if it's just complete nonsense.
Others they have they are see others they have a low through. What is now?
Yo, firstly, what is my man saying? But yeah, that's what we're gonna use for when a story is an absolute cap. So 1 to 10, 1 being a cap and 11 being that word and a lostro. So yeah, whenever something is bogus, crazy, or doesn't make sense, or we don't know what it means, we're gonna use that word a lostro. Yeah, I'll let my intern tell you about the first story.
Yes, so
What's the first story?
I have a transfer rumor from the Daily Mail. It's talking about Newcastle want to sign Gareth Bale for 53 million pounds. Sorry for fast speaking. They want to make him the marquee signing, and apparently Tottenham and Inter Milan also want to sign the player. You understand? And apparently, if he goes there, he'll break the transfer record at Newcastle, which is currently held by Joe Linton. Yes,
I can see
Daily
that
Mail
happening.
the source.
I can see it happening. I mean, Bale's not happy, Real Madrid's not happy, Newcastle need a marquee signing, so I can see it happening.
Are we even sure that the money coming from those owners who are coming through is even legit?
Hey man, Newcastle fans won't care right now because they just need
Because
good players right now.
is it petrol, man?
It probably is, because guys from that side.
So you can break the earth and kill the earth and pump oil and make money and then pump it into the
No,
football.
I'm not saying it's right, but at the end of the day, it's money. That's all they care about. Question is, are they gonna run it properly, or are they gonna be?
I think those Newcastle owners are crooked. It's like my teeth. You know, the difference is if you put braces on my teeth, they would end up straight. But at Newcastle, I mean, those owners, if you put braces on those owners, it won't be straight. Clean the earth is never straight.
Moving on to the
Next rumor, yes.
rumor. Okay, so the next story I have for you is Coutinho to Chelsea. According to Marca, which is a source in Spain, or a newspaper in Spain, he's also a target for Newcastle, and Barca are willing to let him go for a cut price because it has not worked out at all.
Maravel. Oh, sorry.
You know, as you've seen in the past, it's been tough. Also, the relationship between him and the fans, it's not the greatest, you know.
Any players, yeah.
I can see it happening. Chelsea do need that type of player.
Wait, but they already have. I mean, I guess, but I mean, they already have Mason Mount and they just signed Hakim Ziyech.
But then Willian's leaving also, so I can see
But
it.
he's gonna play in the
They'll probably want to let go of like Ross Barkley, because it's like the same player again and again. So I can see it happening.
But I mean, Chelsea's like Barcelona and Real Madrid on the smaller level.
Yeah, no. If you go to Chelsea and you don't make it,
We can move on.
look at Salah.
Where's Drinkwater? But anyway. Okay. Oh. Oxlade Chamberlain. Atletico Madrid, and apparently this is a rumor from the Sun that Atletico Madrid and Liverpool are going to do a straight swap for Oxlade Chamberlain and Thomas Partey. And we know that Thomas Partey has a release clause of £45 million. And it's believed that Oxlade Chamberlain is valued at the same price of £45 million. Hence, it would be a straight swap and not.
Why are you talking like that?
Because it's Carve Solid on Sky Sports News.
Anyways, yeah, no, I don't see that happening.
On Sky Sports News.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, honestly, it's not even a cap. It doesn't get to the level of cap.
Yeah.
A low through.
That's what it is. Definitely.
It's enough.
A low through.
Even give it.
And you won't find an Alostra on Sky Sports News.
I won't lie. I won't even give it the time of day. Moving on to the next situation. James Rodriguez to Atletico Madrid. Madrid.
Madrid, yeah.
According to
Madrid.
AS Sports in Spain, it is 80% done because he's surplus to requirements, which makes sense because ever since he got into Real Madrid, well, Zidane got to Madrid, that relationship has just gone south.
I can see it happening.
I can see it happening. Even though they're rivals, I can see it happening.
No, I think Madrid and Atletico Madrid don't care about like
rivalry.
Yeah.
Because Morata's even there, so yeah.
And who's that guy?
And Courtois as well.
Marcos Llorente.
Yeah, and Courtois. So there's a lot of players that they interchange between. Even though don't get me wrong, the derby's massive.
Down, Diego Costa's in the middle of it, and he's lost the plot as he tends to do all too often.
But in terms of players moving,
yeah, because if it was Real Madrid and Barcelona, it's not gonna happen. Or if it's Man United and Man City, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. So yeah.
But here, it's not.
Yeah. I don't see how it goes.
It's like if you fell off in Madrid, they're like, yeah, you can come here at Atletico.
But anyways, yeah, that's what we got for the week.
Yeah.
Next segment.
Hey everybody, and as you can see, today I'm here to teach you guys about women's football. Talk about online schooling. I'm even dressed for the occasion, so I'm very What? No, wait. I'll be back. I'll be back just now. Yeah. Greetings everybody, and as you can see, my name's Adi Tutani, and if you paid attention last week, if you paid attention, I spoke about women's football about a week ago? Yeah, about a week ago. So I'm speaking about it today again, because I've been given that opportunity by management. So, yeah. So without further ado, today I'm going to speak about the biggest leagues in the world, or the most famous leagues, I guess. That in my view, I guess, again. So without further ado, geez, I forget to breathe sometimes. First one, I want to speak about America, and yeah, they have the National Women's Soccer League, or abbreviated, it's called the NWSL. And some of the teams you can find here are the likes of the Portland Thorns. You have North Carolina Courage, which is the most successful team here in America. They have 3 shields, and they call them shields in America. You also have the likes of Orlando Pride. You also have Rain FC, Chicago Red Stars. Some of the teams you can find here.
Alright, dude, you're speaking fast, dude. Yeah.
And some of the stars you can find here, I mentioned them in last week's episode. You know, the likes of Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, Tobin Heath, Lindsay Horn. They all play in this league, of course. Talk about the mainstays of that U.S. Women's National Soccer Team, the national team also. Yes. And now moving on to England and the home of football, yeah, and all of the biggest football clubs you can think of in England, such as Man United, such as Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, West Ham. They all have women's football teams. And yeah, the 3 top teams in here, unfortunately for me, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City are the 3 teams that consistently challenge for the league title here. It's called the FAWSL, which is the Football Association Women's Super League, not Soccer League, Super League. And yeah, some of the players you can find here are likes of Vivian Miedema, Daniela van der Dam, Steph Horton, Georgia Stanway. You can find Francesca Fran Kirby, plays for Chelsea, Jessica of Man United. Yeah, those players. So yeah, man, that's England, done and dusted. So then you also have Spain. There's also a women's league in Spain, and the interesting story in Spain is that Real Madrid actually don't have a women's team as of yet, I guess. But since Barcelona and Atletico Madrid had their own women's teams, Real Madrid were jealous, and they're like, okay, we'll get our own women's team. So they decided, instead of building up a club from scratch, they decided to buy a club called CD Dagon, which is a women's football club based in Madrid. And so yeah, they decided to buy, they bought those rights, and as of July 1st, 2020, the 2 clubs will basically merge, and it'll become Real Madrid with the badge and the kits and everything, and it'll officially become Real Madrid Women's Football Club. Yes, and the first player that actually signed for CD Dagon or Real Madrid Women's Club was Kosovare Aslani. And if you don't recognize her, I spoke about her last week, so go watch that episode. You can watch this episode. So now you move on to France. I don't have much time, but yeah. And the team worth mentioning here in France is Olympique Lyon. So what Olympique Lyon Women's Football Club have done is that they've won the UEFA Women's Champions League 4 years in a row. So not just four stars like on separate occasions, like in 1970 or something. No, 4 years in a row. And Real Madrid did 3 years in a row, so they did 4 years in a row, which is a pretty good achievement if you ask me. So yeah, some of the stars worth mentioning in this team, like so Wendy Renard, you also have Amélie Henry in the midfield. But you can't go about mentioning Olympique Lyon without mentioning, the biggest star in that team, in my opinion, obviously, being Ada Hegerberg. And Ada Hegerberg is just an incredible player. My favorite player, of course. You can see she's on my wall right here. And what she's done is that in the 2017 season when they won the Champions League, scored 15 goals in a single season. And you might think it's small, but she's the first ever women's football player to reach 15 goals in a single UEFA Women's Champions League campaign. So yeah, and also last year in the campaign, she broke the record for the highest goals ever scored in a UEFA Women's Champions League history. breaking Anya Mitag's record of 49 goals in about 70 something games. She scored 50 goals in just 52 games. So yeah, I'm out again, I guess. Yeah, man.
So a quick roundup for you for everything that is happening in the footballing fraternity, and it's been a great week for football. All the major leagues are on the way back, so yes, get excited. The Bundesliga is back on the 15th of May, and all the people who love football can start watching there. But unfortunately, we do not have the rights here in South Africa for the Bundesliga. But however, everybody who does stream, this is your opportunity to stream away, because that is the only way you will be able to find games from the Bundesliga. The Premier League is on its way back as well. They've been having discussions from the 13th of May. And yeah, all the captains, all the coaches, and the people that are part of the Premier League are discussing the best way forward to come back. With the Serie A, they said they're thinking about bringing it back on the 13th of June, but it's pending government clearance. So yeah, a lot of football on the way. And the last story I'm gonna finish with is the takeover of Newcastle United. I won't lie, I'm excited for Newcastle because it's one of my second teams that I supported after United. And yeah, they deserve much better than they got from their old owner, which is Mike Ashley. The new guys that are from the Middle East have deposited the 300 million needed to take over Newcastle. So now it's just the little details, and yeah, they're going to be taken over. I won't lie, I'm a bit scared because it's going to be another Manchester City situation, but you know, a club that deserves it is Newcastle. So yeah, watch out for Newcastle because they're going to come back with a bang. Yeah, that is that for this week's episode, and thank you again for tuning in and taking the time to watch what we have in store. Yeah, like I always say, do tell us what your thoughts are in the comments tab. And also, don't worry, we are watching what you guys are saying in the comments. We have taken some of your suggestions into consideration, and we're in the works of actually putting them into a video. So yeah, keep tuned and you'll see them soon. And yeah, keep in touch with our social media handles just underneath there. And yeah, we'll talk about anything: tennis, cricket, rugby, all of these things. Be safe, be nice, stay peaceful. We out.